Okay, so today we're diving into something a little different.
Yeah,
Snail Mucin skincare.
it's a good one.
I'll admit, when I first saw this topic, I kind of had that, like, ew
Yeah, it's
reaction,
understandable.
you know?
Yeah.
But then I thought back to all the beauty trends we've talked about,
Yeah.
bee venom facials and even like bird poop masks.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe snail mucin isn't that far out there.
Yeah, it's all relative, right? What's interesting about this is that snail mucin isn't new.
Really?
It's actually been used for centuries for medicinal properties.
Wow.
Like even back in ancient Greece, they used it for wound healing and to reduce inflammation.
Huh. Okay, so maybe there is something to this whole snail mucin thing.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating.
So for those of us who haven't exactly, stumbled upon snail mucin serum in our bathroom, what exactly is this stuff?
Well, it's not just straight up snail slime.
Okay, good.
The official term is snail secretion filtrate.
Snail secretion filtrate.
Yeah, it sounds a little less icky.
It died.
It's basically the mucus that snails produce to protect and repair their own bodies.
Oh, so it's like their own little self-care routine.
Yeah, exactly. And this mucus is packed with beneficial ingredients.
Like what?
Like hyaluronic acid glycoproteins, antimicrobial peptides, and even glycolic acid.
Okay, wait, those are like the all-stars of the skincare world?
Right.
Okay, I'm starting to see why people are putting this stuff on their faces.
Yeah.
But I have to ask, how do they get this mucin?
Yeah.
Are we talking snail farms? Are they milking these poor creatures?
Yeah, that's a common question and a valid concern.
Yeah.
And thankfully, the blog we're looking at today addresses it directly.
Okay,
Ethical sourcing is really important in the snail mucin industry.
I'm glad to hear that.
These are humane farms where snails are treated well.
Oh, okay.
They're allowed to roam freely in environments that mimic their natural habitats.
So they're living the good life.
Yeah, basically munching on veggies, leaving behind their magical slime trails.
Okay, that's good to hear. Happy snails, happy skin.
Right?
Right. But how do they actually collect the mucin?
So it's not as invasive as you might think.
Okay.
Often they'll place the snails on a mesh surface,
Okay.
and the snails will naturally secrete mucin as they move around.
Well, that makes sense.
Then they collect it and filter it to remove impurities.
And then you're left with the good stuff.
Yeah. And get this, stressed snails actually produce lower quality mucin.
Really?
So treating them well isn't just ethical, it's good business.
Huh. So not only are these snails living the good life, but their well-being actually impacts the effectiveness of the product.
Exactly. It's like a win-win situation.
I love that. I love that.
It's a good reminder that ethical and sustainable practices can benefit everyone involved.
Yeah, even the slimy little creatures.
Exactly.
All right, enough about the happy snails. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Okay.
What are the actual benefits of using snail mucin on our skin? Is it just hype, or is there science to back it up?
Well, let's start with hydration. We talked about hyaluronic acid earlier, which is a humectant, so it draws moisture from the air and locks it into the skin.
Yeah.
And snail mucin is loaded with this stuff,
Well, wow.
which explains its incredible ability to plump and hydrate.
Okay, that's a big one for me. I'm always battling dry skin,
Yeah.
so I'm already interested. But what about other benefits? I've seen claims that snail mucin is great for anti-aging, reducing acne, and even healing scars.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of buzz about these benefits.
Yeah.
And some of it is actually backed by science.
Okay.
For example, snail mucin also contains glycolic acid.
Oh, glycolic acid.
Yeah.
I know that one too.
It's a chemical exfoliant.
Yeah, glycolic acid is supposed to be great for promoting cell turnover and reducing wrinkles.
Yeah.
Does that mean snail mucin can actually help with those fine lines starting to creep up around my eyes?
Potentially, yes.
Really?
So glycolic acid works by gently dissolving the bonds that hold dead skin cells together,
Ah,
revealing smoother, brighter skin underneath. It can also stimulate collagen production, which is essential for maintaining skin's elasticity and youthful appearance.
okay. That's impressive. That's impressive.
Yeah.
But what about acne and scar healing? Is there any evidence to support those claims?
So snail mucin has anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties, which are definitely beneficial for acne-prone skin.
Okay.
It can help soothe redness, reduce inflammation, and potentially even fight off acne-causing bacteria.
So it's like a triple threat for acne calming inflammation,
Yeah.
fighting bacteria and promoting healing.
Exactly. But what I find really interesting is the research on its wound healing capabilities.
wow.
So snail mucin contains a compound called allantoin, which is known to promote cell regeneration and accelerate wound healing.
Hold on. So we're saying that this stuff could actually help with acne scars and other blemishes.
There's promising research in that area. A study published in the Journal of Dermatological Treatment found that snail mucin cream significantly improved the appearance of acne scars compared to a control cream. While more research is needed, the early findings are definitely exciting.
Okay, I'm officially sold on the science,
Good.
but I'm curious about real-world experiences. The blog we're diving into today focuses on the author's personal journey with snail mucin, right?
It does, and it's a pretty compelling story.
Okay.
The author describes how they switched from their usual moisturizer to a snail mucin serum, specifically the COSRX Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence.
Oh, yeah. That seems to be a popular one. I've seen it mentioned all over the internet.
Yeah, for sure.
What did the author have to say about it?
They called it a miracle in a jar.
Oh, wow.
And honestly, their experience is pretty convincing.
Really?
They talk about how their skin became noticeably softer and more hydrated with a healthy, natural glow.
A miracle in a jar. That's a bold claim.
It is.
But honestly, with all the science we've just discussed, it's starting to sound less like hyperbole and more like, well, maybe a little bit miraculous.
Right.
Did they mention any downsides or things to be aware of?
Well, like with any new skincare product, a patch test is always a good idea, especially if you have sensitive skin.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But overall, snail mucin seems to be pretty well tolerated.
Okay, so this author switched to the COSRX Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence and saw amazing results. Anything else in the blog post that stood out to you?
What's interesting is they've been using it for over a year and haven't looked back.
Wow.
They actually said they haven't even thought about going back to their old moisturizer.
A year is a serious commitment.
It is.
I guess they really found their holy grail product.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Are there other products mentioned in the blog?
They didn't go into detail about others, but the blog post does link to a few other popular snail mucin products.
Okay.
There's the Mizon All-in-One Snail Repair Cream, which sounds like a great multitasker, and the Peach Slices Snail Rescue Oil-Free Moisturizer, which could be perfect for folks with oily skin.
So there are options for different skin types and preferences.
Yeah.
You know, I have to admit, I was pretty skeptical at first.
Yeah.
But you've really piqued my curiosity. All this talk about hydration, anti-aging, and acne fighting, I'm almost tempted to give it a try myself.
I don't blame you. The science behind it is compelling, and the anecdotal evidence from the blog author seems pretty convincing.
Yeah.
Plus, it's always exciting to try something new and see how your skin responds.
All right, I'm convinced, Snail Mucin, you've officially won me over.
Right.
Where can our listeners go to learn more about these products and maybe even snag a bottle for themselves?
The blog post we've been discussing has links to all the products we've mentioned.
Perfect.
Just click the link, and you can explore the world of snail mucin skincare.
I love how the deep dive gives us a chance to unpack these fascinating topics and then encourages us to continue the exploration.
Yeah.
It's like a launch pad for knowledge. So as we wrap up our deep dive into snail mucin, what's the biggest takeaway for our listeners today?
I think it's this. Don't be afraid to explore the unconventional.
Yeah,
Sometimes the most unexpected ingredients like snail mucin can have incredible benefits.
I couldn't agree more. It's all about being open-minded and looking beyond the initial ick factor. Who knows what other hidden gems are out there in the world of skincare?
That's the beauty of it all. There's always something new to discover. And who knows, maybe our next deep dive will uncover another surprising skincare secret.
I can't wait. Until then, thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive, where we take you beyond the headlines and into the fascinating depths of knowledge.
Yeah.
And remember,
Healthy skin is happy skin.
so we started off like, wait, snails. And now it's like, maybe there's something to this.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens, right?
I love that about these deep dives.
Yeah, me too.
It really speaks to our human nature to kind of be wary of the unfamiliar, but also drawn to like these solutions that nature might hold.
Totally. Snail mucin really tacks right into that.
Yeah, and we didn't just scratch the surface here.
No, we didn't.
We went deep into the science behind it, the ethical considerations, and even heard about that real-life miracle in a jar experience.
It's pretty amazing.
And for anyone listening who is now maybe as intrigued as we are,
Yeah.
remember that blog post has links to those products.
It does.
You can check them out, do some more research, and maybe even give snail mucin a try yourself.
See what all the hype is about.
Who knows? Maybe it'll become your new skincare obsession.
It could happen.
Or maybe this whole deep dive sparked your curiosity about something else entirely.
That's the beauty of exploration, right? It often leads you down paths you never expected.
Absolutely. So what unconventional skincare ingredient or practice are you curious about? Let us know, because it might just be our next deep dive.
Yeah, we're always looking for new topics to explore.
Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and remember,
Healthy skin is happy skin.